What is going on, members of the Burger Empire? Brian here for BodyByBurgers, and CrossFit Games Day 1 has finished up. So I'm here to give you guys a recap of what happened on Day 1. Mostly the top 5 men, top 5 women, and teams, where the notable athletes are placed, and the surprising cuts that happened. So on Day 1, the field went from 143 men and 137 women, down to 75 of each, then 50 of each. And the teams I don't think have had a cut just yet. But let's just get into it. So the top 5 men, no surprise, Matt Fraser, number 1. The only man in CrossFit Games history, man, woman, or person, to actually win both opening events. The man is on a mission. He looks unbeatable. And I wouldn't be surprised if he sweeps every event that they have going on at the games. Number 2, bit of a surprise, Scott Panchak kind of flew under everybody's radar. 3, James Newberry. 4, our wild card, Ben Smith, the guy that deserves to be there. Number 5, Pat Vellner. So that is a very good day 5 for Pat Vellner, considering, or day 1 for Pat Vellner. Sorry guys, it's super early. Haven't eaten, just woke up, decided I needed to make this video. But yeah, being top 5 overall for Pat Vellner after day 1, huge win for the dude, considering day 1s are notoriously incredibly bad for him. The notable athletes for the men, and there are many, because a lot of the men that made it to the games previously still are there, but there's actually quite a few surprising cuts. But number 7, just out of top 5, we got Noah Olson. Number 8, my pick to be number 3 overall, Jacob Hebner. Number 11, Jan Koski. 12, BKG. 14, another Canadian, Brent Fikowski. 15, Cole Sager, who everybody's saying should be top 5 by the end of the weekend. Number 20, Adrian Mundweiler. 24, this is kind of a little bit of a surprise, Lucas Holberg, considering he finished 3rd overall last year. Number 26, our favorite CrossFit cowboy, Sean Sweeney. He really had I can just tell that he loved to be at the event and just loves doing what he does for a living. At the very first workout, which was called First Cut, there was a 400-meter run to start with, and the second he entered back into the stadium, he was just cheering the crowd on, trying to get some noise and some energy into the stadium, and I thought that was a lot of fun. And then after the second round, he was actually pushing for the lead with Vellner and Fraser, and I don't know if anybody else caught this on the live stream. Maybe you can go back and watch the highlights, but they were coming back into the stadium, and he was doing a weird hand gesture behind Matt Fraser. I don't know if he was trying to throw off his game or he was just having fun and making the best of the moment. But either way, Sean Sweeney, you got some points in my book for just enjoying life and having fun in that moment. 31, Alex Vigneault. He wants to probably be a little bit higher. And then same with number 44, Willie Georges. The surprising cuts on the men's side, number 62, which is already cut. Which means you made the first round of the cuts, but not the second, is Greg Glassman's wildcard pick, Hunter McIntyre. I'm not surprised, and the world shouldn't be surprised. The dude's not a CrossFit athlete, and the second workout being an 800-meter row, which he probably would have crushed, then 66 kettlebell push press at 16 kilograms, and then 133-foot handstand walk. Probably not going to be his strongest kind of thing with that much volume with weights. Number 85, Jean-Simon Lemaire, Canada's national champion, eliminated, number 85. Number 90, Zachary Bunton. Number 106, Baden Brown. Number 107, Tim Paulson. And then tied for last, Frederick Agidius. Those are all very surprising, especially Frederick Agidius. I mean, the dude was in the second last heat last year. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was top 20. So those were kind of things that were a little bit tough to see from the men's side. Previous games, athletes, contenders, not making it. And I guess that just goes to show that the programming, I think, was done to do what it did. And we're starting to see the who's who of CrossFit actually make it. On the women's side, not so many surprises on the cuts. Maybe the leaderboard is a little bit shaken up. There's definitely some surprises on top of the leaderboard, being number 1, Kari Pierce. Very strong athlete, very good at pulling, very good with her core exercises. So, number 1 for Kari Pierce, good on her. She's been at the games for a little while. Number 2, really no surprise, Annie Thor's daughter. Number 3 is Tia Toomey. She struggled a lot on event 2. Number 4, Kristen Holt. She's always up there, so that's not really a surprise. And number 5, Brooke Wells. Good on her, top 5. That's going to be good. Hopefully she can continue that throughout the weekend. Notable athletes, and this is kind of an athlete I shouldn't say forgot even existed, but forgot to even mention. She trains with CrossFit Mayhem, Freedom, all the time. Haley Adams, 18 years old, fresh off of the teen division, going straight into the women's contest. She finished 4th overall on the very first event, and she's sitting 6th overall after 2 events right now. Number 8 is Amanda Barnhart. Number 9, Jamie Green. 12, Katrin Davis' daughter. 14, Danny Spiegel. Number 22, and I'm pretty sure she'd like to be a little bit higher, Sam Briggs. Number 23, Bethany Shabern. And number 26 is a disappointing day 1 for Sarah Sigmund's daughter, but at least she made the cut. Now she can start to work hard. She looked totally devastated after the first event. I don't know if it was a discrepancy between her and her judge, or if it was just things just didn't pile up the way she would, but she looked so sad, so devastated, and a lot of people who were in the fields as well. Sitting in number 29th, we've got Colleen Foch. Number 32, Ike Gilfendaughter, and number 37, Caroline Prevost, or Prevost, depends on how you say it. The surprising cuts on the men's side, not too many. Just Brenda Castro, she was in number 55, and just outside of that, number 56 was Brooke Haas. And the reason I have Brooke Haas as a surprising cut, she did win a couple of the open events, one for sure, and I do believe she was pretty close to the national champion. She was very, very close. And, it's tough to see those cuts, but it is what happens at the CrossFit Games. The workouts aren't easy. On the team side, no surprise, CrossFit Mayhem Freedom, Mr. Rich Froning Jr. doing what Rich Froning Jr. does, winning events. They've had 3 events on the team side. CrossFit Mayhem finished first, second. Can't take anything away from the team. They're poised to win that. I think they've already got pretty close to a 60-point gap. Number 2, CrossFit Krypton, the notable names on that team. We've got Camille LeBlanc, Bazinet on that team. Jessica Griffith is on that team. Alex Smith is on there, and Cody Mooney. So they're a pretty stacked individual team. They've all got an individual pedigree. So it's no surprise that they're second. Number 3 is Central Beasts, a team that punched their ticket to the CrossFit Games through the Dubai Fitness Championships. Number 4, Team Invictus. This is the team with the dancers on it, so Sam Dancer. And then Invictus Boston is number 5. If you're curious as to where the other Invictus team is, Invictus X with Lauren Fisher and the past Games athletes, they're like 8th. So they're still pretty solid, especially for the first couple round of cuts. But as of right now, the teams haven't had any cuts. We don't know what is going on with the cuts on the teams just of yet. And going forward, even on the individual side, we don't know what the cuts are as of yet. But overall, for the day 1 of the CrossFit competition, I do believe the programming was about perfect to weed out the field. It really allowed the people to showcase what the CrossFit Games is. And then watching a lot of the live chat, people were like, it's the CrossFit Games just because we have different levels of athletes there now, and that it's all inclusive with national champions and having almost 150 athletes. It doesn't mean that the difficulty of the workouts are getting any easier. And, I agree to that. I'm not saying that, everybody that was on the floor wasn't an incredible athlete. They were incredible athletes. They're much better than I'm maybe ever going to be. But it's just, it's the CrossFit Games. It's a whole nother animal. It's a whole nother beast. And to basically see on the women's side only 4 people complete that first workout, you know it's going to be tough. So I think day one did what it was supposed to do. Weeded out the field to the people that are meant to be there. I shouldn't say deserve. They all deserve to be there, but meant to be there. And it's fun to see that, especially on the men's side, the who's who of CrossFit, they're sitting in that top 15 mark where they need to be to make a move, especially to see if they want to stay around until Sunday. And the women, there's going to be a lot of moving today, so it's going to be exciting to watch. That is the video for today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Like the video if you want me to continue these recaps. Hopefully I can get them up a little bit sooner for you. I'm going to try and do a day 2 recap a little bit later today as opposed to early in the morning on day 1. I mean, I barely got this one out before the event started on day 2. So thank you for watching the video if you watched it at all. Comment in the comment section below who your favorite is to make the biggest moves on day 2 on the men and on the women. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It's the only way to become a member of the Burger Empire. And until next time, everybody, Burger Power.